So covering recruiting, one of the things you learn is to not doubt Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide. And today, we need to talk about one of the biggest wins we've seen thus far in the class of 2023. The Crimson Tide going into the state of Georgia, getting a top 50 player in the nation and a Georgia legacy, 4-star running back Justice Haynes. Today, we need to break down what Haynes brings to the table, why this is such a big win, and why this Alabama class is one you need to keep up with. But before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. I need to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, Y for yes, N for no. Are you excited that Alabama lands Justice Haynes? And let me know what you're thinking. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, like and comment down below. But having said all that, let's jump right into this because Justice Haynes is a huge win, not only for Alabama, but for all of the circumstances surrounding it. And let's start breaking this down because not only is Haynes in the state of Georgia, he's also a Georgia legacy, which makes this even sweeter for Alabama fans. And on top of that, this is a top 100 player in the nation, regardless of position, a top 50 player in the nation coming in at number 50 overall, and a top 10 running back coming in as the number 4 running back in the nation. And before we ever even get to his film, this is someone who commands the excitement of Crimson Tide fans, and for good reason. Georgia running back coach through the process of recruiting Justice Haynes compared him to former Georgia running back DeAndre Swift, which is lofty praise, but once you turn on the film, that praise is warranted. Haynes has great burst, and one of the first things you notice when you're watching his film is that he has great vision. He's able to utilize his burst and vision to find the open lane and accelerate through it without ever being touched. But in the event he has contact made to him, he has supreme balance. When you combine all of those things, he is an incredibly difficult running back to bring down. And another thing I like a lot about Justice Haynes is the top end speed, because it's great if you have that acceleration, but if you compare that acceleration, that vision, with this top end speed, now you're cooking with something. And another thing, he has great one cut and go ability. So when you watch the film, it is easy to understand why this is a top 100 prospect, why this is a top 50 prospect, and certainly why he's a top 5 running back. But I have a feeling Justice Haynes' impact is going to go far past his ranking as this pushes the Crimson Tide to number 11, because reports are already coming out per Chad Simmons of On3 that Justice Haynes is recruiting none other than 5-star running back Richard Young, who has called Alabama their dream school in the past. Alabama does a great job at the running back position recruiting that. We know this as evident by landing Justice Haynes, but it would not surprise me at all to see them package 2 top 5 running backs and get Justice Haynes and Richard Young in the same class, which would be a great win for the Crimson Tide. But now we need to kind of focus on the Crimson Tide's class, because this is commitment number 12, and this class is in really good position, because we need to take a holistic view of this class. If we look at the 12 prospects, 7 out of the 10 are rated within the top 300 players in all of high school football, and I know what you're thinking. You just said there were 12 prospects in this class, and you just said 7 out of the 10. Well, the reason I did that is because the 2 I omitted are in the JUCO rankings, so they're not counted in the high school rankings, therefore they couldn't be in the top 300. However, fear not, Alabama fans, because you have the number 1 wide receiver in the nation in Malik Benson, and the number 1 linebacker in the nation in Justin Jefferson, who, oh yeah, by the way, happen to be the number 1 and 2 ranked JUCO players in all of junior college football in the nation. So this class still has a lot of room to go. But you love that going into the season because Alabama is in the middle of some big-time battles, and they have a lot of room to add in some more talent in this class. This class is one I'm very excited to see how it ends up. We are still in July, just having passed the midway point of the month, so there is plenty of time for the Crimson Tide to land the players they'd like, and I cannot wait to see where this class ultimately goes. But hop down to the comments. Let me know who you think could be the next guy to commit as Alabama lands another top prospect out the state of Georgia. And remember, the interesting thing about this is Justice Haynes went to Buford High School, somewhere where Alabama had great success in last class, landing not only Jake Pope, but 4-star wide receiver Isaiah Bond, someone I know the Crimson Tide fanbase are very excited to see. Can't wait to hear from you all. Hop down to the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.